No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world, and today we got one of the finest lyricists, rap sayers alive.
For real though.
For real.
What's up with you?
Chilling, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm alright, man. I'm mad I gotta fucking roll this Optimo grape because I ain't stop at the right cigar store.
Wait, you got your phone set up to film you splitting this Optimo?
It's okay.
No, I respect it. I just want to make sure that's what's going on.
It's okay, man. I done had to smoke worse shit than this.
That's real.
I'm smoking though. That's a fact.
See, I appreciate that. You don't take smoking good for granted. Because I'm sure there were days where the weed was not so green.
Oh, the weed was, you know what color that shit used to be. That shit used to be brown back in the day.
On the East Coast, we were a little later than the West Coast on figuring out about the good weed.
That's what I had to come out here. I'm like, oh, that's what the fuck Dre was talking about. The Chronic. That's what the fuck he meant. I did not know. I thought it was just some shit.
No, yeah, when I think back on it, like the first times I came to California, I remember being like fucking really, really out of it. And then when I think about it now, I'm like, oh, it's because the fucking weed was so much better than you were used to smoking, you idiot.
And when you go home, still, when you go back home, all that shit tastes like dirt still.
Yeah. I got some bad weed right now, and it's just, you know, it's an experience. I got to smoke it. I already broke it all down. I can't even, like, I can't stop rolling this shit up. But I got at least another 3 blunts worth of weed sitting on a tray at my crib.
That's going to get smoked.
It's going to get smoked. I'm not going to not smoke it, but every time I'm smoking it, I'm thinking, like, this is not great.
Real shit.
That's real. So tell me about the new rich life of Benny the Butcher, the famous, rich, not in Buffalo life of Benny the Butcher. Let's hear about it.
The not in Buffalo life, the different life of this music shit. Man, it's dope. It's dope. Especially financially, you get to do the things you wanted to do for your family, for your friends. Get to invest in people around you. You know, that part, that's what I'm in love with. You know what I mean? It's about enjoying life and I don't know, man. This shit is incredible. I wake up every day and I still don't believe this shit.
Really?
But it come with a lot of dumb shit. It's been coming with a lot of dumb shit lately.
Really? You got a lot of dumb shit you've been dealing with?
You know, people in their feelings. You know, people love the underdog, and once you reach a certain level, you know what I'm saying? People, you know what I mean? It's all good though.
You know, I hear that from people in all kinds of walks of life, that you get all the support when you first come in the game, and then as soon as you start threatening the spots of the upper echelon, that's when they stop looking at you as like, oh yeah, we gotta support him, we gotta cheer him on. It becomes he's a competitor.
Yeah, right. That's how it is. But for the most part, I'm enjoying all the good parts of it. You know what I'm saying? Because you know that's what we work for. You know what I mean? I don't sit back and cry and complain about the shit, but you know what I'm saying? Just love it. You know what I mean? My mom proud of me, so fuck it.
That's real. Things slowed down a little bit since the COVID thing, though. Is that an odd thing for you to, like, you got all the fame and success, but now you're locked down a bit more than you were previously?
Yeah, hell yeah, because what I do, I'm a crazy tour animal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that shit just sat me down. So I'm just sitting down, just doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? But it do give you time to get back in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Work on certain shit. And it's like professional sports. You see all the time the NBA dudes had off, and the time the NFL dudes, whatever, they wasn't pissed off at that. They get to sit home. You know what I'm saying? Some people were, but it was other people like, fuck it. Like right now, you know what I mean? If you're not on the road, you got to take this time to spend with your family all the time. Because I just been moving constantly for 3 years straight. So I spend a lot of time with my daughters. I've been focusing on my executive shit. You know, I got the label deal with eOne, so I've been paying more attention to shit like that. So I'm just taking this time to, you know what I mean, to get busy.
With the label deal, are you more focused on putting on your homies that you've been around for a long time, or finding new talent?
Finding new talent. Finding new talent. Because, like I said, the label deal is already done, and they signed. And I'm still signing artists, but their situation is underway. So it's like, not the next thing, because I'm still focused on them, but like, is what else could I bring over here? You know what I mean?
Right. Now it's interesting because we like seen you come in the game with very much the image of just being like this pure lyricist that you couldn't really imagine doing anything besides possibly selling narcotics and rapping. Now we're getting to see Benny the Butcher, the more developed, the version of yourself that you probably never would have got to examine if you hadn't experienced the success, you know, of like finding out about more areas of life that you could have expertise in, right?
Real shit. So it's like, yo, I came in watching everything from day one, watching West Side Gun, paying attention, inside the meetings with Paul Rosenberg and being around the A&Rs. And I came in paying attention to every fucking body, just soaking it in and just plotting on my moment, you know what I mean? And wanting to make Griselda stronger and everything that I did. And I feel like me being on my own and having my own label there when being strong, I feel like that shit fused Griselda too. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, look what the fuck Griselda birthed, you know what I'm saying?
That's interesting though, because like when you think about Wu-Tang, I feel like in a lot of ways they were brilliant for everybody signing to separate labels, but at the end of the day, that also might have helped kind of divide them when they were at their peak.
But me, Kanye West, even though people might love for us to be, we're not a group. You know what I'm saying? We all individual artists, and I know people like spoiled because they see us together. When when we first started, they all seeing us together and all working on tracks and shit, but we never been a group, you know what I'm saying? And Conway, I'm pretty sure he want to start a label. And West, you see, he signed a new artist, so this shit gonna grow and it's all stemmed from the run that we all been on.
Right. No, yeah, it's interesting because, you come into the game very much this like tight unit. But okay, would you say that there has been like I heard Joe Budden, I watched almost all that interview you guys did the other day, and he sort of like alluded to the idea that there were rumors of tension between y'all, but then he didn't say anything about it. Are there rumors of that? I haven't seen that.
No, it's not no rumors of tension. I think excuse me. I think that I don't know what people talking about because I kind of seen that, and I think maybe when he was on his podcast and he was like, he said some shit like Benny with the semi. I never even seen that, but I just seen it on Twitter.
Right.
I just think, you know what I'm saying, people buy into that shit, man. What the fuck problem would Joe have with me? Joe cool, man.
Right.
Joe cool, man.
But you think Joe, or do you get that question of like people thinking that there's going to be some division between you and the rest of Griselda at some point?
Yeah, because that's what they used to seeing. That's all people showed them. You know what I'm saying? So they think that's natural. They think that's naturally gonna happen, but it's kind of like the opposite.
Right.
What people really got to understand is that we're family. So let's say niggas stop talking today to each other, which that's not gonna happen. Niggas is family. Niggas probably already done that before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a family thing. It got nothing to do with music or money and nothing like that. It's family. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas is brothers.
Right.
You ain't think I ain't been pissed off at Westside Gun before? We was kids. We fought before as kids. You know what I'm saying? He my big cousin. He probably grabbed me up with some crazy shit. You feel what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? It's
crazy too because you guys are getting in the game as full grown men. Whereas, like, I understand if you're 18 and you're in a rap group and you blow up and you fucking beef with each other and break up in 6 months, I completely understand because you don't know what the fuck is going on when you're 18.
Exactly.
You all fired up, hot-headed, and who knows what the fuck's gonna happen.
Yeah, and that's another thing that helps is that niggas is grown men, like you said. And do I see eye to eye with Westside Gun every fucking day or everything about this business? I'd be sitting up here lying to you if I tell you I did, but I trust him 100%. I could say that. And whatever comes with that, comes with that. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm here. Part of the reason I'm here is because of him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a street dude. I'm heavy on loyalty. So I'm Griselda forever, no matter what people see me doing, no matter how this shit might turn out, who they see me working with, no matter how many times I say BSF, I am Griselda forever. You know what I mean?
Definitely. So when you have like new artists being brought in, like the Boldy James situation, he's signed to Griselda or... How does that work? And does that mean that he's then signed to all three of y'all, or is he signed to like them through Shady, or?
No, see, Westside Gun is the sole owner of Griselda Records.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And when Boldy James signed to, shout out Boldy James, the Versace
Unbelievable
project.
rapper, yeah.
That's fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? And when y'all like to compare me to a lot of niggas, man. If y'all gonna keep comparing me to niggas, make sure it's niggas like Boldy James, niggas who from that back corner, that corner alley talk. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Boldy.
To me, he's probably the best person I could pick. Like if I was gonna add somebody to the Griselda mix to the three, I would probably have picked him. So when I heard that was actually happening, I was like, holy fuck, that's unbelievable.
Man, and the crazy thing about it is not even on no music shit. I know people say this all the time, but he is like one of us type of shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't be together every day or we don't talk every day, nothing like that. But when I get around him, it feel like I'm just around one of my niggas, you know what I'm saying? So, but when West signed him, he just signed to Griselda. And you know what I'm saying? And Griselda is a powerhouse independent label. You know what I'm saying? I'm still just signed to Griselda. No major, nothing like that. So he got a good situation over there, I think.
Is that a part of why you haven't dropped a project since Plugs I Met? Like a solo project?
50-50 because I just did a deal with Empire for it. I was going to do a deal with RCA.
But that's for the label, right? With the Empire situation, or is that for your solo work as well?
It's just a one album deal with Burden of Proof, and it's furnished through Griselda because I'm signed to Griselda.
Right.
So if a label want to spend some money with me, first they got to talk to Griselda. You feel what I'm saying? Of course, me and Buzz, we sat at the table. We both bosses. We sat at the table. He's not going to do nothing I'm uncomfortable with. Same as me. I'm not going to entertain nothing that's you know what I'm saying, not you know what I'm saying, ain't gonna work out for the team.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, that's a part of the reason why I haven't dropped, because I was in negotiations with RCA for a few months. For months. This COVID shit, even during like the Griselda tour in the beginning of part of the year. It didn't happen, you know what I'm saying? And no love lost to them, you know what I'm saying? But I start kicking it with Empire. You know, West already got the love from Ghazi and them niggas at Empire, so we decided to do it with them. So that is what took a while, just me trying to find this project a home, because I felt like that's what it deserved. It deserved like a different kind of push from what I've been doing. It deserved a bigger push and a bigger look, and I just been trying to find it that.
Right, because I mean, when we think about everybody in Griselda, that's kind of like one of the main things that the group is known for, is that everybody involved just drops projects all the time. It's like y'all say that you make projects in the course of a couple days or a night.
Right.
So what is like Plugs I Met, like the new project, Burden of Proof, when we actually see it, is it going to be something that you just put together in a short period of time off of energy, or is it going to be the culmination of all this time that you've recorded a ton of shit? A
culmination of all this time. I started working on a project a year ago with Hitboy. You feel what I'm saying? And I've been out here for 2 weeks, and I just finished recording songs for it. So it's like a year. You know what I mean? Only because it's that it wasn't coming out, so we just adding to it. He might call me right now like, yo, add to it. Actually, I'm going to go put a hook on it later when I leave from here, you know what I'm saying?
Really?
I'm meeting my man at the studio. I ain't gonna say his name, but it's a famous rapper. Meeting my boy at the studio. He gonna get on there.
Definitely Drake.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah. See, he got kind of nervous. He's like, oh, but okay. So this project, like in your mind, is this like a giant step for you? Because as much as there's like a shitload of different classic Griselda projects, it's like they all kind of do sound like studio sessions of like just going in for a sort of shorter period of time. Whereas like I feel like you have a Get Rich or Die Trying in you, like a crazy ass epic project that covers a lot of different styles and flows, etc. Like is that something that's in your head of what you really want to put out, this like definitive statement?
I feel like this is that. That's why I'm calling it Burden of Proof. You feel what I'm saying? I can tell you this, the people never heard nothing like this before from me. And everybody thinking that, I read the comments and, you know, people are so fucking judgmental, man, damn. You know what I'm saying? But I read the comments and people on there like, yo, we want that Derringer sound, we want that Alchemist sound. Of course, you know what I'm saying? That's the Griselda sound. I am Griselda. And I want people to know that anything that I'm on is the Griselda sound, because I am Griselda. But at the same time, man, you gotta give dudes like Hitboy their roses, you know what I'm saying, who been around how he been around it, and he's a chameleon. So it's gonna sound more of like it's gonna be Griselda, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going over there doing no crazy shit. Man, Hitboy is a genius, you know what I'm saying? And he got shit up his sleeve, and we work well together, and people gonna see that.
Do you think that there's gonna be stuff sonically on it that people are gonna be shocked by? Like, damn, I never heard him rap over this kind of beat before.
Hell yeah, I think so. And that was the plan.
Right.
And that was the plan to do something different. People already know what I could do. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to do something different, and I wanted to expand it. And I wanted to step into my role as a creator. You know what I'm saying? Everything got to be steps. And I wanted to take another step, and I feel like I did it on this one.
What do producers give you in terms of beats? Do they come at you with a bunch of beats that sound nothing like the usual beats that they're making because they haven't heard you on the usual types of beats that they make?
Yeah. Producers send me everything. Like, it sound like shit I already got, to be honest with you. And I'm be thinking like this. This is what I want to say. I love working with up-and-coming producers, but if I got access to niggas like Hitboy, Harry Fraud, Alchemist, Derringer, DJ Shay, who the fuck else? Like, everybody. If I got access to those dudes, like, come on. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to send me some shit, you got to send me some shit that's going to blow my fucking mind. Like, why would I rap over a beat that I feel that's mediocre, that came from Joe Smo, you know what I'm saying, when I already built a relationship with these dudes? People got to realize I'm still on the ladder climbing myself. I'm not just all the way where I want to be. So I'm working with the producers who can give me something too, you know what I'm saying? When I be working in the studio with these dudes give me input like, no, you should put a bridge on this, or no, you should put another verse, you know what I'm saying? I'm working with like people who's actually producing a song. So I love up-and-coming producers, but it's like, man, these niggas send me 1,000 beats, and I'm already working with like some of the greatest people in the world. It's like, man, you gotta link with artists who don't got a producer yet.
Right, because everybody in Griselda is pretty much lyricists and aren't necessarily people who have a shitload of experience with making a top 40 fucking hit and shit. Whereas a lot of these new people you're being exposed to in the game have a totally different viewpoint, right?
Yeah, that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? And like I was saying, it's like even Hitmaker. You know what I'm saying? He hit me the other day. Was like, yo, because I did some shit. I put a verse on a Kash Doll record. And he produced the song, and I guess he got it back. He was like, yo, you killed that. Our work not done. So even the dudes like him who stay on the charts, who live on the charts. He a real nigga. He reached down to fuck with a nigga like me. And I say reach down because, you know, our music not about charting and about nothing like that. And I know how people say, like, how the fuck do you live if it's not about that? I can't explain it. It's not about that. It's about so many other things. When people trying to chart, when people just trying to make fucking jingles, when people just trying to do this and do that, and people trying to clout chase. That's what people mean when they say Griselda is a breath of fresh air. It's like no pressure music. I'm in there telling stories about my life, comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying? Not worrying about if a label gonna tell me like, no, you need that one record. I don't got that type of song on my Hitboy album either. It's not that one record that I'm trying to sell to the people. I don't do that shit.
Do you think you might ever stumble upon that though? But at the same time, like I always think of Griselda as kind of being like Mobb Deep, and like Mobb Deep never had a hit record that sounded like a hit record. They just had like the best versions of their sound.
And that's what it's gonna sound like. When you get a Benny hit record, it ain't gonna be a Drake hit record. It's not gonna be a fucking Lil Wayne hit record. Them niggas is like the Beatles. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a Benny hit record. I came to do what I came to do. They came to do what they came to do. You feel what I'm saying? So I think people are kind of like walking backwards when they expecting a certain type of artist to make a record or impact like a certain type of different artist. You feel what I'm saying? We artists, we picky about our shit. I know you picky about this shit. Oh, yeah. This shit look good in here. I'm like Adam on his shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. I'm like, no, Adam was like, yo, we need this. Right. You know what I'm saying? We need that. But this shit look good in here, and you picky. We artists, we picky about our shit. And I don't want to be nobody else. I want to be Benny the Butcher. I don't want to be nobody the fuck else.
Right. But it's crazy because, like, you know, there's certain things like, when I see Russ featuring Benny the Butcher, it's like I wanted to hear what Benny the Butcher sounded like on whatever kind of beat Russ was making, because I know that Russ probably ain't trying to get you on a song that sounds exactly like a Griselda record. Or when I see a picture of you with Scott Storch, the thing that goes through my mind is not like, oh, another rapper hanging out with Scott Storch. It's like, what the fuck is that going to sound like? Because I ain't never heard Scott Storch make a beat that sounds anything like a Griselda song I heard.
Guaranteed, because I'm the same way. Like fucking Scott Storch tell me to come through and do a record. Come on, I'm a regular person. I can't believe that shit neither. I'm around the house. He give me a tour around the house. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just in awe just to be in this position. So I still take it all in. But after I did the record is fucking amazing. You know what I'm saying? The top. And I ain't even gonna talk no cocky shit right now. I was about to say like I ain't gonna say that. But anyways, like when you think of Benny and the Scott Storch, it actually came out how it's supposed to, you know what I mean? After you think about it, you're like, okay, that is a Benny and Scott Storch record. It actually came out like that, you know what I'm saying?
Really? So you think that that's something that might end up on the next project?
No, because this project, Burden of Proof, is me and Hitboy. You know what I'm saying?
It's all Hitboy.
It's all Hitboy. It's all Hitboy, you know what I'm saying? But definitely, it could pop up on. We don't know. We don't know what it could pop up on.
How many songs are you choosing from for the Hitboy project, and how many songs you feel like you got in the stash in general? And do you worry about that shit getting old, or is that stuff all fresh in your opinion?
Hell no, I don't worry. I don't worry about it getting old, because when you play the music for people, if music to me got a 2-year lifespan. You feel what I'm saying? If it's 3 years old, feel like it's old. This music is not that old. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we started in a year, but I was still recording shit since I've been out here. So it's a mix. And people don't understand. That's what I did with Tana Talk 3. I did the exact same shit. The music, you play for people, and they be like, oh shit, da-da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? And I just got shit in the tuck. I got 3 albums in the tuck already.
Right. There's certain rappers that I can hear something from them and I can immediately tell like what year it came out. Like the new Gucci mixtape has a bunch of Young Thug on it, and it sounds like Young Thug like 3+ years to me. You know, so it's like he's a rare rapper that I feel like I can sort of like carbon date when it came out. But I wouldn't say that you. I don't know. If I listen to some shit from you 3 years ago, I might be able to tell. But also, you've like changed
you
so
will be
much
able to
since
tell.
then. Yeah,
and I'm not letting nobody put no 3-year-old shit out with me anyway.
Right.
I'm not letting that happen. I don't like that old shit. And Yeah, I definitely don't got no 3-year-old songs and no shit laying around, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just ready to put out that I didn't do shit with.
Right. Would you redo a verse if it came down to it in that situation? Would you just like re-say it, or is that just totally out of your frame of reference of things you might be down to do?
I wouldn't. Only way a 3-year-old Benny verse would come out if somebody bought a feature from me 3 years ago and they just now putting it out, and then I'm like, fuck it, go ahead and put it out. But it's like, nah, if it's some 3-year-old shit coming out under my control, it's not coming out. Or if it gotta come out, I will want to redo the verse. But people, I'm not gonna lie, in the room I already know people gonna tell me like, no, you don't gotta redo it, da 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 da. But self-consciously, I probably would want to. Ain't no telling.
Is that like a risk when you do a feature? Like, shit, like, what if this guy chooses to put it out in a weird ass way? What if he, does something goofy with it, or he puts it out like way down the line or some shit?
Man, you need clearance to put those records out. People need clearance. Everybody in the industry know you need clearance. You can't just put a record out.
Right.
Just because I sent you the verse, you still need clearance. So, you know what I'm saying? We not on no fuck shit where we not giving nobody clearance, but we not gonna let you put out anything. You can't have no old shit with me. It's like, yo, remember we did this shit 10 years ago and putting it out. Like,
right.
All right, I dare you to.
People be doing that though. I've seen people die and then people drop features with them a week later, next couple days. That actually almost happens almost every time someone dies.
You would get a phone call from my lawyer and my management.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Trust me.
Yeah. There's something really sinister about putting out your feature without clearing it after somebody passes away, though. And I'm so used to seeing it now that it doesn't even surprise me at all.
That's fucked up. But in a way, after they pass away, they probably will want it out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it, put it out. I'm gone.
But sometimes it's like if it didn't come out for years and years after they made it, there's a reason. And then you're only putting it out after they die because then the person knows that they're not going to get an angry phone call from you.
Which is true. Which is true.
Right, which is kind of strange. Yeah, so, okay. So this project is in the works. That's very exciting. In terms of just like who might be involved in the project, have you thought about the feature side of things on this at all, or is it something that you're not really thinking about?
Yeah, I thought about the features. I could tell you this, that I'm on here with somebody they never heard me. You know what I'm saying? A top artist, a top 3 artist. You know what I'm saying? It's like
on your project.
Yes, on the burden of proof. It's just it's you know what I mean? It's music, man. If you're a Benny fan and you know what to expect from me, and if you're not, go back. Listen to Tennis Hawk 3. Go back, listen to the plugs I'm at. Fuck that. Listen to all the features I've been doing this year. And just know that this is going to be the most well-rounded project that I put out. Only because, not saying because we getting better. The whole team getting better. Griselda getting better. I'm getting better.
Right.
Everybody, Hitboy getting better. The management getting better, learning to work with us. It's just that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we at our peak right now. That's it.
So are we ever going to hear the Drake collab that allegedly exists?
Yeah.
He's top 3. Some might say top 1.
Guess what? And I'm not talking about him when I say that. Yeah. That's small company. That's what I'm trying to say.
Interesting. Well, I mean, we also have seen that you're out there in Wyoming and whatnot.
No, for real.
We could say Kanye's top 3. I don't know. I don't know what the rankings are these days.
He's reaching. He's reaching.
Yeah, I mean, there might be another. I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you when we turn the camera off. I'm gonna play it for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So what was that Wyoming scenario like though? Were you out there like helping like how did that conversation even take place?
But they told us like, yo, Ye want y'all to fly out there. We went to the Sunday service in LA, and they was like, yo, Ye want y'all to fly out here. We flew out there. I tell people this all the time. I didn't do nothing out there. I promise I didn't. I chilled. I smoked. I listened to beats. And I chilled and I smoked and I ate. I listened to beats. Sci High played me his whole album though.
Right.
That was the highlight of my trip of going out there.
Really?
I heard his whole fucking album. You know what I'm saying? And he got some shit.
Blew you away?
Blew me the fuck away. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie.
So you were out there, but just on some cool shit. You were just hanging out, catching the vibe. Yeah, you had a good time.
The intentions was to work, but when you work with guys like that, you never know what the fuck you gonna do when you fly out there.
Right.
He had a whole bunch of, he had shit going on, you know what I'm saying? This is Kanye West. So, you know what I'm saying? Probably was a different time, you know what I mean?
Right.
Probably need a different time. But I did hear, I don't know if I'm saying shit I ain't supposed to say, but I feel like West and Gunn got something done with him. I feel like they do, yeah.
Wow. That'd be exciting. Do you feel like that next Kanye album is actually coming out? Because I was actually reloading my phone on a Thursday night, the night that it was supposed to come out, and then it didn't actually happen.
I'm sure. Because going to the Sunday service, it's like they doing incredible shit with music and they remixing songs and shit like that. And if that's what he been working on, I know he getting in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Trust me.
Sunday service, the first time you went to church in a long time?
Yeah. That's a fact.
How was it?
It was dope.
Not like your normal church experiences
it was
as
all
a kid?
singing. It felt like church. The surroundings wasn't like a church, but everything else was like church. It felt exactly like church.
Right. Well, that's good.
Singing and all that.
You thinking of getting back into religion? You might start going to church all the time?
I need to. I ain't gonna lie. I used to go to church in prison every Sunday.
Really?
I need to go to church. Feel bad.
You gonna ask for forgiveness for all that you've
I
done
did that
to
last
society?
night. I did that last night.
Right.
I did that last night. I always ask for forgiveness, you know what I'm saying? And let God know that I'm thankful for the opportunity he gave me, and I'm not worthy, and I'm going to try to be responsible with it.
You're one person who is actually like one of my strongest like memories of just a crazy thing that happened in an interview where we did an interview. I started asking sort of like specific questions about your street history and stuff. And then as soon as we finished the interview, you wanted to be unbelievably clear that all the cameras were off. We actually turned up the music, so I felt like I was on like in like a gang fucking, like not like a gang, but like a mafia movie or some shit. So we turned up the music so that like there could not be a recording of this. And you started to actually hit me with a lot of knowledge about the work that you put in back in the day. And it was extremely interesting. I never told anybody about it. I've told people about that, but without the name. And it was just like, whoa, like this Benny guy, like I can see why these lyrics hit hard.
Because you know what?
You've been out here.
A lot of people, it's people who done 1,000 times more than me, but I just know I could rap good about it, and it goes to thousands of people. You feel what I'm saying? Sometimes I go out my way to let people know where we exactly came from. Because these dudes get on this song, and it sounds like they talking the same shit I'm talking, but that's all they doing is talking it. And I don't do it to kind of glorify it. Saying maybe some people say I do, but I do it just to let you know who's who and what's what. Like, nah, we really come from that, and shit's still going on. So I say that just so you know who you dealing with and what you dealing with, because you know all these dudes say that, and it's pride coming from the shit that we done in the streets. Those are only accolades that we had before this shit. So those is like trophies, the shit that we done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about being famous in Buffalo or being like a popular guy at that point in your life, I mean, it wasn't mostly from rapping at one point.
Well, yeah, I always been doing it.
You always been doing that too.
Listen, I met DJ Shay. DJ Shay is like a top guy, top producer. Meeting him, I've been doing shit before I even ran into him. But meeting him in Buffalo, it was like a successful thing. It was like running to motherfucking your local top guy. You know what I'm saying? So, and I met him when I was 19, going back and forth to jail. So, and ever since 2005, I've been on a good high level rapping. So, to be honest with you, a lot of people just thought a nigga was just rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. Even in my city, a lot of people thought a nigga was just rapping because I've been under Shay wing since I was 19. And when I came with him, we came with a 6-figure budget. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like it was a Big Lovey, shout out to Lovey, it was somebody behind dropping all the cash and making sure we was where we needed to be. So, you know, a lot of people knew me for that and was thinking that he don't gotta do that. He a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Real shit.
But so like so much of the inspiration early on and like so much of the realism came from the fact that you were really living that life. Does it ever feel like maybe enough time has passed by or you're far enough away from your prior life that it just you sort of feel disconnected from it, and that you're sort of just not tapped in the same way that where it used to be like that was the shit that you were doing at that time or a few months before or whatever? Of
course. We talking about the real street shit.
Right.
If you're not there every day, you're not tapped in. There's so much shit that goes on inside the streets. Even though I got the homies with me all the time and I'm getting phone calls and people who still dealing with that shit call me. I talk to them every day. People call me from jail every fucking day. Like, if you're not there every day, waking up and doing what those niggas doing and riding around with those niggas and in front of them stores or knowing who shot at who last night and knowing what's going on, like, you can't say that you all the way in tune. You know what I'm saying? I would never disrespect the streets and say that I'm all the way in tune. I be rapping.
Yeah. Is it just me, or is it sometimes kind of hard to talk to people on the phone in jail? Because like,
yeah, hell yeah,
you can only talk about what you're doing, but you feel like a dickhead because it's so much better than what they're doing. And then you can't be like, so what you doing? because you already know what they've been doing. They've been staring at the wall.
Sometimes I slip up and ask my niggas what they doing, but I've been there. But I know, like, you could be doing shit in there.
Right.
You really could be doing shit like, yo, we just left program. You know, I'm programming and shit. Nah, I just got finished working out, or or I just got off the phone with such and such, and I'm calling you. Like, they be doing shit, but
right.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, majority of the times, my niggas call just to hear that shit. Tell me, and they call me. It's like a fucking interview. Yo, where you at? You in LA? Your girl with you? Who you got with you? Got the homies with you? What car you driving? How many chains you got on? Like, niggas act shit like that. They want to know fucking everything.
Right.
Facts.
I got a homie who called me from jail the other day, and it was like, I hit him with so what you been up to was I immediately was like, oh fuck, and he starts like, the only shit he had to tell me about was gang shit, politics between different people, somebody who had an issue with him, somebody smoothed it over, somebody beat this dude up, etc. And it's just kind of like, fuck, like at a certain point in the conversation, it makes me feel like, damn, I can't tell him about how we just got an interior decorator to redo our house. Because that sounds like something that just kind of feels fucked up to be telling him about that, right?
You got to tell him that, because you know what he's going to do? He's going to get right off the fucking phone and be like, yeah, you know, what your boy doing? He ain't doing shit? Well, my boy Adam just redecorated his whole shit. Nah, real shit, they living through you. That's what they gonna do. They gonna get off the phone and they gonna tell all their homies in jail about how they get on the phone with people who doing good in life. So when they leave, this who they gonna be around. Like, real shit.
I respect it. So, in terms of your crew that you put on though, what made them the ones that you wanted to actually put on, and what do you feel like they're bringing to the table is gonna help expand Griselda to another level?
I feel like Rick Hyde, you know what I'm saying? He back there shit right now. I feel like
smoking big dope.
You know what I mean? It's a family thing. And he a person who came under my umbrella. And like I said, I come under DJ Shay, Westside Gun, and Conway. When I say under those niggas, they was going to the studios before I was. And they invited me. They was doing the shit kind of like when I wasn't thinking about it. And him, when I came home from prison in 2007, he was at the studio under Shay's umbrella, helping Shay. So I come home, Shay like, yo, this Rick Hyde, da-da-da. He actually never told me who he is. I just see the nigga at the studio every day, like sitting in my spot and shit, like the spot that was mine before I left and shit. So I knew he was family. But we got cool ourselves, but he been around and shit. I trust what comes under our umbrella, you know what I mean? He's cut from that same cloth. He's lyrical. He tell them stories. He got a story to tell, and I love that shit, and I'm rooting for him. And basically, he got that feeling. When you want to talk about real shit, and he's from a few blocks down from where I'm from, Montana Abbey, from a few blocks down, and he talked that shit too. He got a story to tell, and he provides that feeling. And everything he say, you know he been through it, and you know he mean what the fuck he's saying. So it was perfect to me.
Are they still out in Buffalo most of the time?
Hell no. Hell no. Them niggas is signed. Them niggas got to deal with Black Soprano Family / eOne. Them niggas got a few dollars, and they got a better situation, so they don't got to be there. They working.
Right. That's got to feel good to, be able to help take people out of that environment.
That was my life goal. That was one of my life goals, not to get people out of the environment. That's going to happen regardless when you're doing certain things, but to get the label deal, you know what I'm saying, and put people in position. And I achieved it, and it's working, you know what I'm saying?
They just put out the new XXL cover. You paying attention to something like that? You famously turned it down last year.
Yeah, I'm paying attention. I seen it. I didn't get a good look to see who everybody on there. But I see some dudes on there look good.
They got some rappers.
Yeah, I see 5E on there. Who else on there?
From New York.
Polo G on there.
Right, Polo G. I love his album. Let's actually just pull this up. I don't know.
Polo's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, his album's awesome. I mean, he's like he very much has like that melodic sound fully, but I feel like he does an extremely good job at it.
He lyrical.
Yeah, they got, in terms of like rappers, I don't know. It's hard to say who we would consider to be like dope lyricists from the cover.
Man, it's all good, man. You know what I'm saying?
You heard that Chica girl?
Nah.
She's really good.
Oh, word? I gotta check her out.
I'll go out on a limb and say she's probably the best rapper on this cover.
Oh, shit.
Damn, they might get mad about me saying
they
that.
They gonna be mad. Don't cut that out.
No, I think I gotta say it. Like, a lot of people be doing some melodies and stuff on this cover, but I think that, okay. Rick agrees. Yeah, I might have to give it to her.
And Polo G up there, I gotta hear her.
No, she's hard. She's like, she could do a lot of shit rapping. Like, she's lyrical as fuck.
I gotta listen. You on to that, Rick? Oh, okay.
She got this one joint. She rapping and kind of singing the hook, kind of.
Yeah. She be doing some dope singing shit too. Yeah, that's
I'm gonna
facts.
tap in.
But so,
I'm
okay,
out the loop.
have you ever at any point like regretted not doing that, or do you think that that was the right move still?
What?
Not turning down the cover.
Yeah, it was the right thing. What that was gonna get me? And listen. And you see, when I did the interview, do I be saying that? If you tell a story, I'm just kicking it with you. But when you tell stories like this, do they be mad at you in the industry? Like they don't let you do shit? They be trying to blackball you when you say shit like this? We just talking regular shit. It really happened.
I think people respect you for that.
There's nothing to hide. You know what I'm saying? Basically, when I did the interview with me, Wes, and Conway, they sent the freelance writer to do the interview, and they didn't give a fuck about what he asked, basically. But they told him to say one thing, is that they never did offer me to cover. You know what I'm saying? But of course they gonna say that.
Really?
You know what I mean?
That's interesting.
Of course, if you tell a girl like, shit, I don't want to fuck you, what's she gonna say? Like, I wasn't gonna.
He turned
anyway.
me down. No, she's gonna fucking reshape this story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So of course they gonna say that. So that lets me know further. You feel what I'm saying? But just like I hate to keep bringing up a big homie name, but shit, Hov told me not to do it. Like, who's gonna get it? Who's gonna not take advice from a billionaire?
Right.
You know what I'm
And because
saying?
you know how they shape these narratives is that right now they would be saying like, oh, you know, Benny had the XXL cover, and then what he done since then? Like, has it been a year? He still didn't even drop that project or whatever. Like that gives them a reason to say like, look at this career highlight milestone, even though it's really not. It's just like a one media company choosing to give you a look, but then they're gonna compare everything you do after that to that.
No, I dropped since then. I did plugs I met.
Right.
Since then.
Oh, that was after that. Okay. Good point,
Yeah. You know, that was after that. You know what I'm saying? Because it was circling right after Tana Talk, and I didn't take it. You know what I'm saying? Hov told me, I had a conversation with him like in early in the year. You feel what I'm saying? And I didn't drop plugs, and I dropped plugs like in June. You know what I'm saying? With Black Dot on there, Pusha T. Remember? No record deal. Niggas fuck with me off respect. When I say no record deal, of course Griselda. No major label. Nobody pulling no strings for me. Me doing all of that. You know what I'm saying? On my own. So.
Do you consider that project a classic? Do you consider it your best project so far?
I don't. I would want to, because that's like, I love that project, but I know the fans put Tana Talk 3 over that one. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not, you know what I mean? Majority of the people say Tana Talk 3 is better than that one. But to me, it's a classic as well. And I'm pretty sure people gonna beg to differ. It's just me at a different time. So that's why it's hard to compare the albums and shit, because they like my babies and they at different times. So it's like comparing your children, you know what I'm saying? So I can't do it, you know what I mean? Of course, I feel like I'm always gonna feel like my latest work is better, because I feel like I'm getting better. I'm never gonna say like some shit I did years ago was better than the shit I'm doing today. I don't feel like that.
But do you have that word classic floating around in your head when you're putting together a project? Like, I want this to be judged by that standard, even though that standard is like almost impossible to plan for, because you really don't know how the fans are gonna react to your shit. Right.
Well, yeah. I'm saying, to be honest with you, it did better than Tana Talk, as far as numbers. You feel what I'm saying? And Tana Talk is definitely highly revered as a classic. But if we talking numbers, it did better numbers. I got songs like 5 to 50. I used a different flow on there, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I don't know. That's up for the fans. But I know it's in a conversation.
Definitely.
And I know it smacked a whole bunch of other niggas shit who was dropping last year. So, and every time I drop, I'm in like the top. I got a top verse of the year. Every fucking year.
When you look at some of these Apple Music, when the list of albums, I mean, that's kind of like, there's a few things you judge a rapper on. You judge them by typing their name into YouTube and seeing what the videos are and how those, like, what the top couple songs are.
Right. That's
and then
a fact.
the albums on Apple Music or Spotify is the other thing, where that's like, because, you know, most people won't drop a project more than like once a year. So that's just like, this is your 2020, this is your 2019, this is your 2018, and that's a huge way that you judge an artist. Is like,
exactly.
To what extent is it worth going back to their album 4 albums ago? Or are you just finding out about this rapper, so you're only going to fuck with the new project?
You know what I'm saying? Real shit. And I just feel like every year I've been leveling, or every time I drop something, I've been leveling up. And I think that's the key to it. I tell people that all the time. Like, people want to see the levels. They want to see you climb the ladder. They don't want to see you stagnated. You know what I'm saying? They want to see you moving. People like to support people who moving. You know what I mean?
Definitely. I would not have brought this up, but we were talking about it earlier before we came in here. What do you feel when you see 6ix9ine running around in LA, basically like, you know, trying to get shot?
Man, we know what he about. We know who he is, and you know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? like I said, I hate speaking to him. I hate speaking on him. You know what I'm saying? I'd be trying to do that shit off camera because it's a conversation topic. You know what I mean? It really is. But speaking on that nigga on camera and all that, you know, we know what he gonna be him. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna continue to be him and try his antics and get his views. So you know what I'm saying? I just expect people to be them.
Do you think there's a black mark on the history of New York hip hop in some way?
Man, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I just feel like more than hip hop, street shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Street shit, because that's a street thing. It's not a rap thing. Before becoming a music thing, it's a street thing. What he did, you know what I'm saying? He told on street niggas.
Right.
So before it goes back to music, it's a street thing. So, you know what I mean? He did what he did. Fuck him.
It would be one thing if New York didn't have a bunch of dope shit happening right now, and that was the only thing that had happened in the last few years.
Niggas on fire right now. My nigga Sleepy Hollow and motherfucking Chef G. Them niggas did do the deal with RTA. They moving right now.
Fire.
You feel what I'm saying? Like I said, I always shout my nigga Famo out. My nigga Famo banger. He doing what he got to do. Niggas like 5E and you know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of niggas. There's a whole bunch of niggas you can name.
Did you ever meet Pop Smoke?
No, I never met Pop. I was supposed to go to Paris with Wes and Virgil.
Oh wow.
And Wes ended up running into Pop out there, but I never met him.
Really? What do you think of that musically, and what do you think about the Brooklyn drill thing in general?
I think the Brooklyn drill thing is dope. You know what I'm saying? It's just fucked up that it's behind gang shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's a real situation. People dying and there's real shit going on. It's just, you know, they just on Instagram with it. I think that part fucked up, but I love to see dudes is getting their followers on the gram, they putting their videos out, they making money. I love to see that. I fucking love to see that. That's healthy. You know what I'm saying? That puts New York back in the conversation. I'm from Buffalo. I'm not from the boroughs, but I'm still from New York, so that puts us back in the conversation. We can still say, look, I'm over here doing this. Motherfucking Chef and Sleepy, them niggas over there doing that. And these niggas over here doing this. You know what I'm saying? We all one, you know what I mean? Even if it's no unity, it is some type of unity, but even if it's no direct unity, what you see, everybody on the outside gonna look at us as one. They gonna look at those as some like New York shit.
Right. If you were in the studio and they put on one of them drill beats, though, how would you feel?
I might rap to that motherfucker.
Yeah, I would love to hear it. I'm not saying you should put it out, but I would like to hear how it sounds.
I'm trying to tell
sure.
people I do that shit all the time. Yo, shout out my artist Love Boat Luciano. He got some shit he just dropped. And I'm rapping drill on there because he a young nigga. He do that type of music. And
right.
when he want Big Bro on his album, like he want his shit. And plus he know me, so he like, nigga, you rapping like that, but I know you can get busy. So that's the shit how he want to hear me. And I did that for him.
I didn't know about this when I first interviewed Benny the Butcher, but I went back deep into the catalog, and Benny the Butcher back in the day was sounding a little Chirac.
Not, I wouldn't say Chirac, but I'm just saying it's like, you know, trappy. I would say trappy. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, man, I'm an old nigga, really though. You know what I'm saying? I just look this beautiful.
I feel you.
And I'm saying, but it's like, I done been around the eras. You know what I'm saying? I done been around the eras of music. Like I said this before, I've been in the Dipset era when everybody was rapping over the Dipset beats, everybody rapping over the trap beats, everybody rapping over the Locks type of beats. I've been through all of these eras. It's just that Griselda came and did something vintage, and I was a part of it. And that's what people know me for. You know what I'm saying?
So it must feel extra crazy to be blowing up at this point in your life.
It's crazy. I'm happy that God made me wait for it, though. You know what I'm saying? It mean more.
That is crazy. That's crazy to think about. Because like normally, like when people have to grind in the rap game for 10, 15 years, it keeps becoming less and less likely that it's going to happen.
Right.
You're like the rare situation where you got better and better with age, and then it happens.
Yeah, I told myself, though, like, in and out of jail and shit. Like I said, I've been around for a minute. When I was 19, you know what I'm saying? I was doing this shit at a high level. We going out of town doing shows. We got CDs pressed up. We got shirts. We got a van for the record label. We jumping out some shit with TVs all around that shit.
Right.
We was a movement since then, 15, 16 years ago. So it's like going through what I had to go through. I told myself, I had the conversation with myself like, yo, you know you might not never, ever be like a nationally known artist. I told myself that before. And I kept doing it because it wasn't, then it became not about that. When I was in my 20s, yeah. But then when I hit my 30s, it wasn't about trying to sign a deal or trying to do this or trying to do that because I always had upstate New York. I always had a few other cities, surrounding cities. So it was like, if I can expand off that, that's what I started focusing on, expanding just off that. It wasn't about holler at the labels, because I was the same person. I've been charging for verses 15 years. I've been charging for verses. If I did something for free, I did it for free. But for 15 years, people know me. Benny the 2 Chainz Benny, man, what's my name? Niggas know. If you want that boy on your track, it costs money. I've been doing that shit, so I was just trying to build off of that.
There's so many levels to it, like there's a lot of rappers who are like on a local level can get shows and do features, etc. Sell merch, whatever. People look at you guys like you just started doing it in some way because it just became visible to them. And it's crazy to me because it's like I was hearing about Griselda and you and Gun and everybody by name years before I actually like really listened to it enough that I became like a fan. And that's kind of crazy to me too because it still kind of feels like you guys are new artists.
Right.
Even though, that was mad long ago.
Yeah, it's like Wes dropped the shit that really put this shit on the map. We're going to all take it back to Fly Guy. And he was doing shit before that, but that was early 2016. I'm on there. Conway on there. Conway was dropping shit around that time. I was on his shit. We talking 2015, 2016. So, you know what I'm saying? We talking where blogs is picking that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Wes is doing videos and shit like that 5 years ago. You know what I mean? So this shit go back for a second.
That's real. Okay, I got to bring this shit up.
I'm waiting for it.
Your name has been dragged at least a little bit because of your association with this sort of mixtape, quote unquote. Well, I'm not going to call it a scam. Some people have called it a scam, but basically the gist of it is that there's a series of mixtapes that are hosted, I believe, on DatPiff and SoundCloud, and they're just mixtapes of different artists. Right. And the sort of accusations been thrown around is that people's Instagram, social media is basically they'll sign somebody into their account, and then that account is basically used to have conversations with up-and-coming artists, and then these artists end up on these mixtapes. And I guess that alone, it sounds like it's kind of on the up and up, but then the allegation is sort of that these mixtapes don't actually do anything for the artist, and I think that's where a lot of the issue has gone with it. And I know that you are somebody who doesn't want their name associated with something that people see as being sort of unethical. So what's your thoughts on it, and how did this become a thing for you?
Man, it's a thing just putting some music out from local artists who don't get a chance to do what we do. You feel what I'm saying? Who could hit me up and I do a series of mixtapes, and it's $500. Some people don't like it, and I understand that, but you got to invest in yourself, and that's not the only thing that you should be doing. You can't just invest $500 and think, okay, sit back and and wait to fucking blow up. It should be a multitude of things. That's something you could put on your resume. And far as it not doing anything, when has anybody, let's just say, if you take a guess, you don't even know these people, you don't even know these random people who pay their hard-earned money to get on this mixtape to try to get a look, right? But if you could guess, have they ever been on a project that talked about on a platform like this?
Probably not, most of them.
That's all I'm saying. Just the fact that we talking about it now, just the fact that I thought at the Joe Budden podcast they was going to bring it up.
They didn't bring it up.
They didn't, but they spoke about it.
Right.
So just the fact, those 2 platforms, it's worth it right there.
Right.
Back for me, I paid for niggas for features coming up. I paid to do shows. Now we talking about somebody who was probably on a higher level than these dudes back locally. Like I said, I've been running this shit in my town. I paid for features. I paid G Herbo for a feature. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the homie. I paid French for a feature. Shout out to the homie. Guess what? I'm on French. I'm on a Coke Boys album for free. He hit me, and I got some shit with him. Guess what? I got some shit with Herbo. You know what I'm saying? For free, relationship type of shit. When I invested in my career, you feel what I'm saying? What else? I paid to get on Big Mike tapes. I did all of that shit. So everybody don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? And everybody don't feel it. And everybody feel like, man, he should be putting niggas on. Don't they see Rick Hyde down there sitting behind me with a pocket full of blues, a rollie on, and 2 Chainz? He is on with a record deal. With 2 of his videos hit 1 million views last week. He is
nodding.
on.
He said
you know what I'm
facts.
saying? So when they talk about I don't put people on or shit like that, it's just, I know it rub people the wrong way because they feel like, damn, you successful already. You should be doing this. But you know what I'm saying? It's all about who want to invest in themselves. And we done had it posted on College Kid and a whole bunch of shits. I could keep going, a whole bunch of shits. It's not for everybody. Because Once I got to a certain level, I'm like, I'm not paying for shows no more. Once I got to a certain level, I'm like, okay, I'm not paying these certain artists for features no more. Once I got to a certain level, it's certain shit that I didn't do no more. So it's not for everybody.
Right, but have you gotten blowback from some of the fans
Of
or
course.
artists? Because I've seen sort of like Reddit threads about it, and there's certain people who are not happy about what
Listen,
they've gotten out of it.
Let me tell you though. Let me tell you some real shit, and I'm gonna tell you some real shit though, because people might think they paying for a relationship with me. You feel what I'm saying? People might think that, but that would cost way more than $500 if you want to buy a relationship with me, and people don't take it for what it's worth. I feel like, I hope the artists is listening to what I'm about to say. I feel like too much emphasis has been on dick riding other rappers. Do what you do. Don't look for your shit through another rapper. You feel what I'm saying? If a nigga gonna fuck with you and shout you out off you being a real nigga or off you being who you are, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? I get in I for Pusha T to get on that to my shit, I DM'd him. No pride and no nothing. He could have left me on scene and nothing. I wouldn't have felt no type of way. Niggas did that before. He hit me back and did that. And ain't asked for nothing. And there's other artists I could say that about, because that's how they felt. And there's other artists who probably wanted me to pay or probably wanted me to dick ride on da. I don't do that. So it's like, man, don't look for it. Don't. Okay, here's how I could break it down. You know how people just love to dick ride the rappers. When you see me, if I'm coming somewhere, if I'm at a show and you want to be in my face like I'm going to further your career, I promise you, the niggas standing behind me are the ones to talk to. When I pulled up, this is a big interview. You know what I'm saying? When I pulled up here, for even y'all for to open the door, I didn't contact y'all. My assistant contact like, yo, Benny outside. Niggas need to talk to him. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like real shit, niggas need to be trying to pull up on those type of niggas. Don't be dick riding no rapper. Pull up on the entourage. The niggas who's setting up my shows. The niggas who's getting me, introducing me to the dope photographers, to the dope videographers, all that type of shit. Y'all need to link up with those niggas, because they the ones pulling the strings for me and for everybody else. Everybody want the limelight though. Everybody want to stand next to the light. It's not about that.
Right.
You in the trenches right now, so you should be trying to do anything you could to get a look. It's all about a look.
Well, it's weird because somebody in your position, people want you to be responsible for every single aspect of your career, when in reality it takes quite a few people to make the business of Benny the Butcher exist. And you're not the biggest artist in the world, so think about how many people it takes to make a Travis Scott exist. It's a fucking whole army of people to make that happen.
I be telling people that it's like, I'm the face of this shit. I'm just up here talking. You know what I'm saying? But for me, for the shit to happen, for the ball to roll in the direction I needed to roll in, it's people in my corner. It's my staff. It's dudes like Jake. Dudes like, let me name some staff. Jake, we got City Boy, we got Harlem, we got Cat, we got Steve, we got Ak. That's just on my side of things. As far as Griselda, we got B Burton, we got D Jack, we got a whole bunch of them. We got Chad, you know what I'm saying? He worked with Conway. We got fucking Chase. This is my manager, motherfucking hip hop, Ben, Sam. We got people like that, you know what I'm saying, who making shit, who making the wheels turn, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like who people need to talk to, you know what I'm saying? If you want to get your foot off the ground, don't try to stand in the light of the rappers for the clout shit. If you're really trying to get the work done, talk to the niggas who pressing the buttons for the rappers.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting because I feel like one of the main things that people take issue with is just the idea of you not being the only person using your Instagram, and that, like, somebody might be super hyped to be having a conversation with a Fat Joe or a Benny the Butcher or a Jadakiss or a Safari. I saw that they got Safari doing tapes now. Shout out Safari.
I can't speak on what these other niggas do, but I'm definitely in them DMs. Seeing shit and I hit a nigga back, I'm definitely in them DMs. I can't speak on what another nigga do, but trust me, I'm, you know what I mean? I know everything that's going on in my shit.
There's one thing I will say though, is that I started actually listening to the mixtapes on the Dub Block 365 SoundCloud, and the Benny the Butcher ones, a lot of those songs do sound like songs that you would at least have approved, you know, it wasn't the totally nonsensical garbage that a lot of times gets sent in when we do the live streams, which, by the way, we do live streams where we pay music for money. But sometimes the stuff that gets sent in is like really, really bad.
Yeah, right.
I didn't hear anything like that.
And I'm going to say this, though, too. That's what they need to hear, too. Honestly. We talking to somebody, I'm 35 fucking years old. I've been doing this shit since I was 16. I tried fucking everything. They might need to hear that. Like, that's not it. Don't get fucked. Like, real shit. They might need to hear that because everybody got it up here. If they see, because it's too many people, it's too many, mediocrity would kill the game. It's too many mediocre niggas with Lambos and millions of dollars and people sitting on the couch like, I can do that. I always bring this analogy up. If we was in if NBA players getting these big contracts, NFL players getting these big contracts, if they drafted your man right here, I'm saying this guy right here, if he went to the fucking
it's gonna be tough for Josh.
If he went to the Patriots, if Josh went to the Patriots, right? And they just gave him a big contract.
His skin is tingling. This is what he was thinking about as an 8-year-old.
Yeah. If they just let, you know what I'm saying? I don't know your skills in football. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
I got my doubts, but okay.
If they fucking sign somebody like that, I'm like, maybe I should sign up too. So they see all these dudes getting this and it make people think they could do this shit too. You feel what I'm saying? They might need to hear that. Because people is living up here in their brain. They not living in the real world. So it might be a wake-up call for a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that's trash. Like, niggas need to hear that shit. I'm not gonna fucking lie. People need, you know, that's, rappers hear everything about their music, but nobody never tell them they trash.
Right.
They might need to hear that shit.
And it's really hard too, because sometimes when somebody sends in like a really bad song, it's really hard for me to grasp how I should go about telling them that the recording sucks, the production, whatever you're rapping over sucks, your voice sucks, the flow that you're rapping in sucks, the way that you recorded the vocals themselves, like, it sounds horrible. Like, sometimes it can be really hard to like even think of how you would begin to give them advice on how to improve when clearly everything needs a lot of improvement. And I'm not musically trained either, you know.
But it's a method to it. It's a method. It's a process. Now, I tell people this. If you, I be really saying the same shit in the interviews. If this nigga Drake wake up in the morning and he got access to the best producers in the world, he can call anybody and get a feature. Anybody. This nigga could fucking call Michael Jackson. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, you don't have no time. You do not have the liberty to rap over a bullshit beat when you got niggas like that who gonna go top 10, number one every fucking time. When you got too many people killing this shit and you wanna rap over a mediocre beat, you wanna rap over a bullshit microphone in the studio, you wanna do some bullshit, you wanna say this bullshit, it's too much competition out here. It's too much other shit. No. You wanna do shit and like, damn, I'm working, big homie, post me. That's all people want to do. Damn, I'm working, big homie. Shout me out. Let me open up for you. Man, you should shoot me that verse. I'm grinding. I'm a real nigga.
And like, your shit now sounds a certain way, but I'm sure you could look back to your shit from a different time period and say like, oh my God, the beats I was rapping over were whack. But what'd you do? You improved on that.
That's it.
The quality of my recording was trash. Now it's not. You know, it's like you have to be willing to work on every part of your career, including all those details. It's not just like, oh, my rapping is better.
Right.
Your rapping needs to get better too, but everything else needs to get better
Master
as well.
P and all these niggas told us about how this shit go, these niggas still don't know. These niggas still don't know. This is expensive. Now, and there's another analogy that I like to use. Now, if you want to be a law student, you can't just fucking walk up in there and say, I want to be a law student. Be like, okay, fill this shit out and where's your fucking check? It costs to go there. I say that to say this is expensive. You know, if you graduate from a lawyer, you could guarantee you're gonna make a certain amount of figures for that year though. So if you invest in yourself, you know what you're gonna be fucking making? You know what I mean? Right. You know the life you're gonna live? Don't judge this shit off the people who got lucky off the internet. Everybody's path is different. You think just cause this nigga took his mixtape and he signed this nigga on tour, you think that's how it's gonna happen for you, or you think another rapper owe that to you? Well, shut. You don't, nobody owe you shit. I grinded for every fucking thing that I got. I promise. That's why I always tell people I don't got no deal. I came in as the underdog, people thinking I'm gonna be who I'm thinking I'm just one of West Side Gun and Conway homies, not knowing to be dope. I used to read the comments. Who was this guy? Man, his flow. Now nigga run this shit up. Now everybody on the bandwagon. That's how this shit works. So you gotta invest in yourself because it's like financial stability on the other side. It's you can take care of your family on the other side, and there's opportunities to make more money from investing your money on the other side. That's not gonna come easy. That's not gonna come just going in the studio fucking doing anything. You got to go for broken and shit. I was kicking it with Spesh, right? You know, that's my partner in rhyme. And he told me this was a few years, it was like 2014, 2015. And he was saying that he was about to stop doing this shit. Shout out to Spesh, Trust, another nigga doing this shit independent, got money, doing what he do, putting other niggas on, Rochester, New York. But he was telling me that he was gonna quit, but a nigga told him like, if you didn't try every way possible, how you quitting? If it's like, even if you try 100,000 ways, but it's still 3 ways you didn't try, but you about to quit without trying those ways, you have to try everything. That's how I feel. Because
you could have easily, if you didn't care about getting better, making the music better, etc., you could have easily been one of these guys. You could have just been Gun and Conway's homie that was on tour with them and was happy about that.
Right.
And the music never went anywhere.
Right.
But you focused.
Or could have been a nigga who West had to hold his hand, not doing nothing. Damn, I gotta set this up for Benny. Oh damn, Benny, you ain't doing no videos. Or look how this nigga Benny looking.
Benny was the guy who had the talent but didn't have the work ethic.
Exactly. I could have been that. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man. You gotta work for this shit. So when people cry and complain about shit like that, like you can't cry and complain to me about shit. I done been through the ringer with this shit.
So have you found anything in the DMs like that, people that you actually thought had talent or anything, or anything positive happened to any of these people through that?
I did the one contest and the nigga Sholey, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Sholey, shout out my nigga Bass, these niggas from CT who niggas get busy. You feel what I'm saying? And, I found Sholey out through like a little contest that I did, and it was like, man, that nigga dope. I want to end up signing that nigga, and I want to end up finding talent. But it got to be A1. Y'all got to take y'all craft serious, because if y'all don't take it serious, how the fuck I'm gonna take it serious?
Right. Has there been any conversation within the Griselda group chat or whatnot about this? Just because, you know, this is like, it stands out more with you, I feel, than some of the other rappers that have been named.
Man, bruh.
But is there a concern that in any way that this could affect the overall Griselda brand name?
Man, hell no, bro. I'm a grown ass man. I'm standing this motherfucker with 100 on, with all of this shit, with a label deal, just signed the independent shit. You know what I'm saying? Doing all of this shit, man. If a nigga ever say, a nigga can't say nothing about me, fire some street shit or some music shit. So the nerds, I know the nerds say shit, but man, nobody concerned what the fuck they got to say.
Yeah. Hey, I suppose at the end of the day, it's like, if people want to give you money.
People thank me for that. Okay, let me say this. People thank me for that shit too.
Really?
Like, yo, bruh, thank for this. It's for them. If it's not for you, it's not for you. I even drop merch. Sometimes my shit be $80. Like, man, I ain't paying $80 for no shirt. I bet you got on some weird ass shit right now too. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if it's not for you, it's not for you. I don't pay a certain amount for jeans, or I don't pay a certain, that's not for me. Other niggas buy that. Them niggas ain't not about to close because Benny not buying it. So it's not for everybody. And I want to say this too. Benny, the motherfucking Butcher, is not hurting. That shit is not no money shit, no nothing. Benny the Butcher is not hurting.
Because some people might want to run with that narrative.
Of course they do.
The tours stop.
Of course they do. Of course they do. One thing about me, I ain't gonna say my personal business, but I make 6 figures a month off music. I make 6 figures a month off music. You gotta think, I get checks every month from Tanner Talk. And what's this shit called again? My First Brick. I mean, Plugs I Met. I'm forgetting.
My First Brick. I was like, oh, I missed that
old
one.
Shit. That's my shit. That's
okay.
my old shit. Plugs I Met. You know what I'm saying? My Plugs I Met. I really was gonna name that My First Brick too.
Okay.
But Plugs I Met. I do features all the time. And when niggas gotta think, this is what I was saying. I do tour. But I didn't get a bag for that tour. It wasn't like I missed nothing I never had. And I'm not a nigga who getting 80,000 a show. I'm not a nigga who getting 80,000 a show. So let's say I got 3 shows lined up at 100,000 a piece, and then they not there. We missing 100,000. We missing 300 bands this month. That's not my situation. The butcher
That's a
get paid
grind.
about 15, 20. So with that, if some shows missing, it's some bread gone. But we not. Come on, and I'm like real shit. So for people saying that, stop. You ask us, stop.
And if you're getting 15, 20 a show, I mean, when it comes to hotels, flights, everybody that you got on tour with you, every expense that nobody's thinking about, you know.
Not real shit. But you can add merch. Not real shit.
Add merch is a good point.
I'm not gonna lie. So if you can add about getting 15, 20 a show, do all of that, a nigga probably leave. A nigga probably leave with about 12 in his pocket, 10, 12 in his pocket. But guess what? I probably gonna do. I'm not taking them one at a time. I wasn't doing shit like that. And by the time I go back on tour, that shit gonna be 30.
What's the biggest audience that you ever played in front of in your career? Any really big ones?
Hell yeah, had to be Rolling Loud.
Oh, yeah.
Had to be Rolling Loud. That shit was crazy.
How was that?
That shit was nuts.
It's like a totally different vibe though
Hell
than
yeah,
performing
it's like a sea of people. You know what I'm saying? It was like a sea of people. That was crazy. But
were you hyped on the reaction though? Because we don't think of the Rolling Loud crowd as being the Griselda crowd.
Griselda fans going anywhere.
They'll pull up, yeah.
Dumb motherfuckers go anywhere. We owe all of this to them. Trust me, we have listening parties. We have anything. We have anything we throw. Griselda fans is coming to that motherfucker. They there front and center because we're their dirty little secret, and they want to show us off. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts. I never seen you guys live. I feel kind of bad about it when I'm sitting here thinking about it.
We did 2 sold out shows back to back at the Novo. Back to back.
Pretty big venue too, yeah.
I'm saying back to back, the day after day, the 5th and the 6th.
That's kind of like, because that's a standard in LA. There's like various levels of venues, but that the big ass sold out Novo show, what's that, like 2,000 people, something like that?
Yeah,
a lot of people.
And we was gonna do on the Rush tour. We was gonna do the Hollywood Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
That's another level.
That would have been my
LA,
biggest shit ever. That would have been my biggest shit ever.
in terms of like a singular show and not a festival.
Yeah, hell yeah. But yeah, okay. And I drop merch every month. So this for the people, the hating niggas who at home counting my bread. That's add those up. You know what I'm saying? Add those up, and you tell me if Benny hurting for bread.
I want to know the phone number that you gave Rory and Maul to get the merch.
I got you.
I want to be able to hit that line.
I got you.
I'm gonna
That's
start
my
telling
boy
people
Tony
that.
De Niro. My boy Tony De Niro, man. All you got to do is text this nigga, and he gonna send it. And he know if any random people texting him numbers and shit like that,
Right.
he know it came from me. That's Tony De Niro, the creative director of Black Soprano Family.
There it is. Okay, so we're lying in wait for this project. How long do you think we got to wait?
Next month.
Next month.
They say early next month. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like maybe late next month, but next month.
Wow.
Burden of proof. When
That's
this
gonna be
interview gonna
crazy.
come out? These shits come out quick, don't they?
Probably like next week, maybe. the
Fire,
week
yeah,
after.
next month. Real shit.
That's crazy. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I'm on it. What, let me see. I'm on it, man. Let me just show you some shit,
Well,
man.
a weird program where whenever like a Griselda project drops or a Boldy James project drops or something along those lines, like I'll play it in the car like for like a week and a half straight before I take
This
a
for-
break and
this
then
for the
begin to
album.
revisit. Your
Don't say
iCloud storage
nothing.
is full.
Don't say nothing.
Oh, there you go. Well,
You feel what I'm saying? That's what I was talking about.
that's a big name.
Was I
rapper.
lying? Was I lying?
It depends on what period of time when you say top 3,
I'm
but
not-
yes, definitely that's one of
Top
the most
fucking 3.
important ones that you could get.
You know what I'm saying? Real shit.
I respect it.
You know what I'm saying? Let me see. I got shit.
Your iPhone storage is full too.
Nah,
You
it's
gotta
full.
watch
I got,
it.
yo, listen, I need a whole new phone just because of that.
You gotta
My
delete some
email is
shit.
shot.
You need a new phone? No, you just gotta go through and delete some videos.
Bong. You know what I'm saying? It's in there. I play it for
3
you
minutes,
after.
37 seconds. Oh, yeah, I
You know
gotta
what I
hear
mean?
that.
You know what I mean?
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Did
What
he
up?
go first?
Yup.
He always goes first.
You know what I'm saying?
Did
Real
he
shit.
tell you? Like, hey, by the way, I'm going first.
He that boy. He got to set the tone. You know what I'm saying? You know, shit like that.
Oh,
You know,
there it
I'm
is.
working. I'm working.
You
I'm
in
working.
industry now, man. You in the game.
I'm working, man. Like I said, man. Every move gonna be better than the next one.
Buffalo. That's big for the kids in
Every,
Buffalo.
every move gonna be better for the last one. Better
The
than
kids
the last
in Buffalo are going to see all 3 of those, and it's going to let them know you could do anything.
one. Yo, you know what? I've been getting hate today from my city.
Today?
Yeah, I've been getting hate today.
What'd you do?
But usually, from a small part, you know what I'm saying? You know, I used to be the underdog, right? And it's when they like to get behind the underdog. Me, I love the underdog.
Right.
I'm not the underdog no more. So they like to compare me to the up and coming niggas in the city.
But it's crazy because people in the industry you seem like kind of the underdog because we're still looking at you, waiting for you
I'm-
to fully make the come up. But
I'm
to them,
definitely the underdog.
you're out of here. You're not approachable to them anymore.
I'm definitely the underdog. I'm the underdog in this industry. That's why I'm just happy to be here. I appreciate you for even bringing me up here, bro. I'm just a street nigga who made it here and who trying to do the right thing. And I'm very responsible with my opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
These niggas kind of not responsible with their opportunities. You know what I'm saying? But I had to go through so much to get here. So, but at home, I'm not the underdog. And you know, people I done put too many chains on probably, or I done bought too many Benzes probably, or I don't know. So people want to got that Mayweather effect. Now they looking for you to, you know how the hometown is.
Oh, yeah.
They looking for you to fall. But it's not the whole hometown. It's just a certain group of haters. I love Buffalo. Buffalo is a dope city. Shout out Lenova. Shout out Wayne Kings. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Grow House. Shout out to G's. Everything. You know how we do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Big Montana shit. 1300 everywhere.
That's facts. Shout out Buffalo. And shout out Griselda.
Shout out Griselda. Shout out Wes. Wes was gonna come here with me,
Right.
but he had to do something. He was gonna come.
I wrote a whole Conway interview that we didn't get a chance to do because he had to dip back home. But that almost happened a couple weeks ago.
Right.
I still got it written down. It might have to get spruced up, but
Yeah, I had to mix it up here and there. You know what I'm saying? You never know. He might be fucking an R&B bitch by the time you interview
might
him
have to
next
throw
time.
her on the list.
Exactly.
A couple
You know
more
what I'm saying?
millions we got to ask about.
Exactly. But Wes was gonna come down, kick it with me. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
It's good. We out here. Your boy's falling asleep on the couch because you're working him too hard.
Snoriega.
Ricky's like, not me.
Oh, that's Mick. Bro, that's Mick knocked out over there.
Yeah.
You know, the time difference be fucking us up. We've been up since like 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I
why
mean?
I know I'm not a rapper because I'm not ever outside my house past midnight since COVID hit. Because when I see rappers still in the studio till 7 in the morning, I'm like, bro, I get up at 7 in the morning. That shit seems so foreign to me.
Man, it ain't shit to do. And you know what? Rappers really work at night, overnight. I learned that
Oh, yeah.
by getting in this industry. I guess you call them an industry. I learned that from there.
Yeah.
All the big names, they call me like, come through the studio. It's always that. Niggas calling me to come through at 11, 12.
Right.
Like, niggas is starting at that time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how they work.
That's normal. Yeah. I've been that dude falling asleep on the couch in the studio too much.
That nigga 2 Chainz, that's how he worked. T.I., I worked with him a couple times like that in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. Like, if T.I. hit me, like, come to the studio at midnight, I think I'd be like, yeah, we're going to have to do this another day. I don't know, man. At midnight? Shit, I might
real
have to
shit.
go get a Red Bull, just fucking take that to the face.
Oh, you definitely got to get that. You got when you got to be ready. You got to be ready when you get in the studio with these niggas.
I would warn him. I got about an hour
Hey,
and a
yo.
half in me, bro.
2 Chainz is an animal. He gonna go. He gonna go. He's hungry, and he's still rapping with a chip on the shoulder. You know what I'm saying? And those things you wouldn't know about him unless you worked on shit with him or you kicked it with him. You know what I'm saying?
He's an amazing soul.
Mm-hmm.
Just being around him, the energy you get from him.
shit.
I kicked him one time in Wyoming at that fucking Kanye party, and just kicking and talking to him and shit. It's just like, wow, like this guy should be president.
No, real shit.
You know,
he
no
a
offense to
smart
Kanye
dude.
and his whole run, but I'm like, man, 2 Chainz, like you got presidential vibes to
Nah,
me.
he a smart dude. He a smart dude.
Benny 2 Chainz, anything could happen.
Nah, real shit. Me neither.
I would
But
love to hear with the punchlines on that one, man. You might have to go extra hard.
Yo, listen. Let me tell you how I met Big Bruh. I was outside. I was in a backstage like of the Meek Mill Future tour.
Right.
And then I seen Big Bro come back there. He got his niggas with him. They deep and shit. He back there. He lit up like a Christmas tree. And then I'm like, oh shit! It looked like he was walking towards me. I'm like, and then somebody like interrupted him, stopped him before. You know, he 2 Chainz. Somebody slapped him up, took a picture or something like that. I'm thinking like, damn, it looked like he was walking towards me and shit. And then after he slapped him up, he came straight to me. He's like, yo, niggas, respect what you doing. Da, 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 da. I'm like, oh shit. I mean, exchanged numbers and we tapped in, and he's gonna hit me back when I hit him. He gonna pick up the phone. He gonna support. So shout out to the big homie. And he one of them niggas. If he ever need me, he could call me.
That's crazy. I feel like you're kind of that guy at this point. If 2 Chainz is putting on a new project tomorrow, he might be like, you know what? We need some Benny the Butcher energy on the shit.
I am. I'm on. I can't wait till he put this shit out. You know what
You're
I'm
a
saying?
mercenary.
On motherfucking College Grove. You know what I'm saying? They hit the Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz shit. I'm on that.
There you
You know
go.
what I'm saying? Real shit.
We need that. Crazy. We need you on the next DJ Khaled album while they're at it.
I need that. I feel like Khaled a smart dude. I kind of feel like, because he fuck with what's hot. You know what I'm saying? He fuck with what's hot. And, you know, Griselda is a vibe. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he'd tap into that vibe. I think he'd do something. And he's like a curator, like Wes is. Like he'd like put us with somebody who we haven't been with yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like Khaled, you know what I mean? He gonna make that play.
Yeah. I'd love to see what he cooks up for that one. There it is.
Yes, sir.
Benny the Butcher. No Jumper. Appreciate your time, man.
No, all love, man. All love, man.
Thank you very
Pound
much.
right here.
Pound, we ain't slapping up no more.
Man, COVID-19.
Closed fist bump. We
Real
back
shit.
on it.
Social distancing, all that, man.
All that. Shout out Buffalo. Shout out Griselda. All the fans. BSF.
I love y'all. 716. I love y'all. Big Griselda forever. You know what I mean? Black Sopranos.
No Jumper. Coolest podcast in the world. Check us on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes. Like, comment, subscribe. NoJumper.com if you want support. Appreciate you, man.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Another classic interview in the books. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and head on over to NoJumper.com to support. Appreciate y'all.